Real Housewives of Potomac. By now, I'm going to assume that most of you all have saw the reunion and you saw where Monique Samuels brought her binder in, where she has collected information from, I'm going to say a blogger. I won't say the blogger's name because the receipts that she read, I've heard every single bit of it 6 months ago on a particular blog site. Um, and I've heard this person speak. Well, she's collected a binder. We don't know what's in this binder, but we do know that she aimed her gun at Giselle. And she stated that her relationship with her ex-husband is for TV, it's for pretend. And we don't know if it's true or not. We don't. But I feel like she went very, very dark. If you don't know who Monique Samuels is the wife of Chris Samuels. She was in a physical altercation with Candace Dillard Bassett during the season. And like you said, this was filmed over a year ago, but Bravo held it because when the pandemic hit, they couldn't film. So they held it and put something else in its place and went ahead and showed they wanted to save it for the fall because they knew when the fall came, they wouldn't have anything. So keep in mind, all the events happened a year ago. And Monique, she physically attacked Candace. And the crime, the time didn't fit the crime per se. She was mad because, Candace said, you pretended like you were sick, you were asleep, didn't want to walk me out, whatever. And since Monique has been on the show, her and Giselle have been rivals. And someone always gets the brunt of Monique's anger. Like, for instance, a couple of seasons ago, she held an umbrella to Robin's neck and said she was going to beat Robin when she was actually mad at Giselle. She jumped on Candace when she was actually mad at Giselle and Sharice. If you don't know who Sharice Jackson is, Sharice Jackson, she's an OG. She said that Sharice started this rumor. Well, we didn't know anything about the rumor. The rumor was not played out on the show, with the exception Monique brought it up. She's the one that brought the rumor up and put the rumor, told us what the rumor was. And the rumor is she was having an affair with her trainer. Well, her best friend, or ex-best friend, I must say, Gigi, is the one that brought all this stuff out. And she brought it with receipts. And she showed where she contacted Chris and was like, hey, you need to stop the trainer, whatever. Then Monique gets pregnant. So now there's this rumor that the newest baby may be the trainer baby. We know nothing about nothing. Nothing whatsoever. We didn't know anything about this rumor until Monique brought it forth. And they said Sharice was X'd out of the show because of this rumor. And they edited her out of all the shows, which was a lie, because we know in the last episode at Robin's engagement party, Sharice shows up. And it would be fitting to show Sharice because when Robin moved to this area, Sharice was like Robin's very first friend. Her husband coached Juan Dixon, Robin's ex, soon to be new husband. Okay, we got that out the way. Boom. So we come to the reunion. Monique has been iced out of the entire season. So I guess she designated herself the bone collector. And she's been busy for the last year collecting receipts. Because she's going to shoot here, she's going to shoot there, she's going to shoot there. She got receipts for every single cast member. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I would not be on a show with her. I feel like she has shot herself in the foot. Who's going to want to be around you and you're collecting receipts? Folks are scared. They don't know what's going to come out or whatever. You know what your angle is. You know, if you don't recall, Lisa Nicole on Married to Medicine, she did this years ago. She went in did a background check on every single housewife, and she put out that Lisa Nicole, she went out and did a background check of all the cast because she wanted to have something in the event somebody came out with something with her. And her and Quad ended up in a physical altercation. Boom. Those background checks, it was her fate. She was not returned for another season because who wanted to be around her doing background checks, whatever. So boom. We know that Monique has done these background checks. Well, not background checks, but you know, she's been to the blogs, this, that, and the other. So as the show goes off, she started reading these receipts, which are old because it's not happening in real time. The show was filmed a year ago. This summer, the mistress per se came out. The receipts that she revealed was that Giselle was faking the funk. She wasn't in a real relationship with Jamal. He was involved with this pastor, Tanya Griffin. I guess it's Tanya, Tunya. Her name is spelled Tunya Griffin of New York. She's a pastor. He was involved with her, and he had texted her all these. She had texted him, and he said, you know, it's reality TV. That was all on there. We knew about that. I had heard an interview with her on another YouTuber's channel the earlier part of the summer. And according to Miss Griffin, she hadn't talked to Jamal in I don't know how long when she heard about Potomac and him reuniting. And the way the folks, you know, heard about it, Dave Chappelle, he did these shows. He came back on the scene off of retirement. And it was filmed on Netflix. And if you go on Netflix and watch Dave Chappelle's show, Jamal and Giselle are on the front row. Boom, okay. We got that out the way. So, you know, she texted him and all he said was, it's reality TV. And that was the only response that he gave. So, Monique has gathered these receipts. She sent every single Potomac castmate a copy except for Giselle. She was gunning for Giselle. She was gunning for Giselle. Gonna get Giselle back for this rumor that Giselle did not star her best friend. We don't know if it's true or fake. She said, you know, they had meetings, blah, blah, blah. We don't know because it wasn't seen. We don't even know about the rumor because she's the one, the rumor didn't play out on the show. She brought the rumor up. The rumor, she brought it up in her confessional. maybe the first or second episode, and was saying how nasty it was. This, that, and the other. So, okay, we got that out the way. Andy asked Giselle, is that Jamal's phone number? She says yes. Now, one thing, and Karen has said it before too. Now she's trying to peg Giselle as a liar. Giselle may be messy, she may be other things, but I don't even say she's messy. I say she's earning her paycheck. We don't know Giselle as a liar. You know, if she says something, she owns it. Yeah, I said it. We don't know her as a liar. So she owned up to, yeah, that's Jamal's phone number. And Andy even looked like, wow. So who the hell Monique think I'm film with her? Throwing out stuff like that. So now here it comes to Wednesday. Jamal went on Instagram last night to address these allegations. He said Giselle begged him to leave it alone, don't address it, whatever. But he decided to address it. And I don't want to play the video here, but I do want to play the audio. He took the video down, shortly after, but of course, people screen grabbed it. But we're going to listen to what he said. I won't play the whole thing because it was about 25 minutes. But he did address it. And like he said, Monique, you brought the receipts. But he brought the cash register. So we're going to start maybe at the 3-minute mark. And we're going to just listen.
Let me first apologize for the delay. I know ordinarily you would have looked to hear from me sooner and earlier, but I've been busy campaigning around the state of Georgia as we are in a very critical election for 2 senators to be elected. My Morehouse brother, Reverend Raphael Warnock, and John Ossoff. Early voting started here on Monday. And I'm glad to be a part of the Black Church Path that is navigating and mobilizing churches around the state of Georgia for us to have record turnout. Then on yesterday, we did a pop-up with Slutty Vegan to feed the workers of Walmart and for those in the community. And so it's been a rough week, a long week, all for the good of the whole, the good of the community, the good of the people. Let me say to you, I have been delayed trying to honor the wishes of Giselle, who asked me not to respond, not to say anything. So for those of you who were overwhelmingly concerned that I hadn't said anything, had not given any defense, was because I was honoring what it is that Giselle desired. Because of mounting moments that have happened in social media, I thought it prudent that I not remain silent so that my silence would not be confused with consent. Let me open by saying, those of you who know me, I'm always a straight shooter. So as a consequence, You need to know from the jump, tonight is not an apology. Tonight, I'm not asking for anybody's forgiveness. Tonight is not about a confession. Tonight is for clarity. I have, for 5 seasons, I've never said anything about Potomac.
5 seasons.
5 seasons. Not said a word in a sermon, in a post, in a subtweet, in a text. I average at least 56 interviews a year, and in no condition and in no term have I ever mentioned the Housewives of Potomac, good, bad, or ugly, in support. A couple of things that I wanted to share that I think prudent for our discussion tonight. I have long since not been an advocate for many reality television shows because I don't think that it represents the best of who we are, nor does it advance our progress, our maturity, and our brilliance. A bone of contention between Giselle and I for years was about her participation in the show and how it is that I did not support it.
So he doesn't like the show.
In baby steps of reconciliation, I agreed to be on it against my better judgment, against my wisdom, and even against my convictions. I wholeheartedly regret participating. And I want you to know that I will never be on the Housewives of Potomac or anything in that franchise ever again. But I wanted you to know why. I took a couple of days to be sober of thought and clear of mind, so I would not, in fact, operate in emotionalism, but in sound judgment. So I want to tell you why you will never see me on the Housewives of Potomac again. It has been a gross misrepresentation of my character, my ministry, and my humanhood. There are a couple of things that have happened this season that require immediate redress. Many of you who are watching bombarded me with accusations of abandoning my family, not being there for my girls, for their photo shoot, as if I was just in Atlanta, frolicking around and participating in willful neglect. The truth of the matter is, I was in South Africa. Coming back for the photo shoot and had a delay in Frankfurt, Germany for 6 hours. The producers knew it, the network knew it, and as a consequence, my flight did not land in enough time. And none of that was mentioned. None of it was brokered. None of it was represented. Secondly, what happened on Housewives of Potomac is that many of you misguidedly thought that it was in real time. It was, in fact, recorded a year ago in 2019. And so you saw my children who were not happy with me, but you didn't have context. It's their first day of school, and this is the very first time in their entire lives that the first day of school I was not present to pick them up or to take them. Any of you who have teenagers understand the emotional roller coaster of teenage girls.
Come on, Pastor, get to it. Get to it. Go on and preach now.
Atlanta, so it was adjustment for them, and it was for me. They are absolutely daddy's girls. As a matter of fact, they are here in Atlanta often and frequent, and more than their school, they wear New Birth t-shirts and hoodies almost every day. Faithfully, even while in Maryland, they watch their father on Sunday morning in worship. I have a very healthy relationship with my children, which I value and which I absolutely don't take for granted. The third thing that was put out there pejoratively was disparaging remarks made by my father-in-law, Mr. Curtis Graves, who is 83 years of age. He's 83 years of age, and unlike many, I was raised old school, that you never disrespect elders. I honor him. He's an amazing man, has had incredible accomplishments, and he has every right to feel protective over his daughter. I've been divorced for now 10 years, and he and I have not had a heart-to-heart, man-to-man conversation about me breaking the heart of his baby girl. Anybody who is married or been married understands that working with in-laws is a process and it is a journey. So that was, in fact, one of the very few times in 10 years that we have been in proximity. But I want on record that I honor him. He's made tremendous strides in history. He is my fraternity brother, and I want my children to always know that I honor their grandfather and Giselle's father. I then want to move. Let me.
The pastor has a binder too. He's going through his binder. I guess he said Monique ain't the only person with a notebook.
Can't bring me receipts if I got the cash register.
You hear that? He got the cash register.
So let me press the cash register. Yes.
He pressing the cash register. Go ahead and preach, brother.
In case you all missed it, I've been divorced for 11 years. And single people date.
What
when
you
date,
said.
sometimes it works, and sometimes it didn't. In this instance, it didn't. Nothing immoral, illegal, or unethical took place. It did not work out. There is some clarity that needs to happen. I'm not married. I'm not engaged. So some of you have a strange relationship with language. You can't have a mistress while you're single. So I never had a mistress. As a consequence, she has never been to visit me in Atlanta, never been to Newburgh, never been in my home. I've never been in her home. Now, you would think that things just move forward and people move on. They don't. So if we're going to show text messages, let's show all the text messages. Let's show the text messages of the young lady asking to fly to Atlanta for my installation. Show the text message where I said, no, it's not a good idea. You're going to show the text message, show all the text messages where you asked to come down for Memorial Day. And I said, no, you can't come here. If you're going to show the text messages where you complained because I didn't open the door for you to speak on the Word Network. You're going to show the text message. Show all of them. How it is that you wanted me to hire you to be on staff. I told you you weren't qualified. And so January, I brought in new staff members, 3 of them. My assistant pastor, College Lemons, my internet pastor, Curvance Ross, and my emerging generations pastor, Carriana Turner. So if you're going to show the text message from January 5th, where you sent me in text, oh, I see you hired a young lady. You must be sleeping with her. To which I responded, no, I didn't even know her before I hired her. 56 people applied for the job, and she emerged because she is competent and because she is capable. And so for you to insinuate it is fraudulent. You don't read the text messages. Read the text messages where you asked me to review your dissertation on Black women's empowerment. I told you it needed a revision because it doesn't have depth. It doesn't have enough nuance, and there is no creativity. You're going to read the text. Read the text. How it is that you sent this, quote, receipts to 27 periodicals and blogs, hoping to sell a story.
27.
And of the 27 you sent it to, 25 dismissed it because they knew it had no merit, it had no weight. And so because doors were not opening, because you're chasing clout and an opportunity,
that's what I said,
to get on the stage that gift and integrity necessitate. You then sent it to the executive producers of Bravo.
Oh, she sent it to Bravo.
Executive producers of Bravo. They didn't respond. So you sent it to every person in the cast. Your dissertation is on the empowerment of black women. So the question is, if you're empowering black women, why'd you send it to the entire cast and never send it to Giselle? You want to equip her and not break her or crucify her, and you thought something was awry, then the responsible thing to do
the pastor sent it, not
but you didn't do that.
Monique.
It's okay. What you didn't say in passing out this information is that you and your sister are starting a magazine, very fledgling, no circulation, poor editing. And so my coy in answering you about where I am and what I am doing is not as a friend, but because I didn't want it in publication. And I didn't trust it, obviously, wisely, that it wouldn't be used otherwise, because every ask had a demand for something else. Now, the only person who bought into it was Monique. So
yeah,
let's go to that. Where's Monique?
Look, he got a section on Monique.
Monique Samuels, I've never met, never shook her hand, never been in the room with her. And yet she's assassinated my character with high level of ire, of anger and hostility, a man she's never met. Now, I've got to address this because on national, international television, you've labeled me a holy whore. I think is the word you use, holy whore. And so I need to give some address to that. I'm not sleeping with any woman in my church, and I have no babies in my church, and I have no inappropriate relationship with any woman in my church. Now, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading my own writing.
Sound like one of my issues.
Oh, here it is. So I understand what the hostility was about and why the redirect of attention was on me. The redirect of attention on me, you teamed up with your best friend, who rest in peace has gone on to be with the Lord, and generated a story because you wanted to redirect because you
must have been the guy's child.
That your baby is from your trainer. And that's what got your husband upset because he thought Giselle leaked it. I want to tell you, Monique and Chris, it is not Giselle who leaked that, but Monique, your best friend, Gigi.
Gigi, the best friend.
We had nothing to do with it. You came hostile and angry, and it was misdirected rage. Misdirected rage because
that's what I said.
You live in a house with a man who has anger management, who doesn't mind expressing volatile behavior. And everything that I'm saying tonight is not conjecture. This is not murder. This is self-defense. And so on Sunday, for the first time in 5 years, I'm inviting my audience to watch the reunion, Housewives of Potomac, where you will see Monique's husband try to attack my wife.
Chris Samuels tried to attack Giselle and Rob.
Wow. Had to be called.
Wow.
He had to be subdued. And I'm very concerned. Monique, you all have my phone number as you expressed on the show, but I had you all's address. Because of grace, I didn't respond to that. Chris, you've got to take care of CTE. Yeah. Some of your former teammates contacted me. They're concerned.
Chris teammates, former teammates.
Because CTE is a progressive degenerative disease from a history of trauma to the brain. And so just last week, You had an outbreak again of verbally assaulting a black woman in Safeway.
Oh, wow. We're going to stop right there. Chris got an anger management problem. Look, it's one too dark. It's one, reality TV is for entertainment. But when stuff go dark like that, and I've never been a Monique fan favorite. I tolerated her, but she came in trying too hard. And for whatever reason, she was coming for Giselle's spot. Now, if it was a storyline, she was with the good pastor or not. But I don't blame her. I hide. And I think that's what they hate. Because she don't let them know anything about them. And they get mad at her because she stirs up mess on the show fires. Well, such and such said that. We've never seen her go dig in people's past to try to bring something out, try to push for it. It went too dark. There are rumors that possibly they've asked him to step down. I don't know, if there's any validity to that or whatever, but I would never jeopardize a person's family. If they did say Monique was pregnant by her trainer or whatever, I would never be one to break up a person's family by bringing that type of rumor on the show. I would never try to put a person's livelihood and job, through job in danger. It went really, really dark. And I don't know. And I kind of blame Bravo. Because some stuff they edit out. And then some stuff, we going to keep it. We going to keep it. Some stuff, they don't put on the show. But last year when they were going around saying Jamal had a baby, the different bloggers and so forth, he sent them cease and desist letters. And that was hushed real quick now. He knows how to use a lawyer. So I would be careful because the men don't sign any contracts. The women do. So if I was Bravo, I would be careful with what I aired about a person that did not sign a contract on the show. So we're going to be watching Sunday, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this thing. But what I need you all to do, jump down in the comments and tell me what you think else is in that binder. Jump down in the comments and tell me what else you think is in Monique's binder. 1. 2, comment, do you think Bravo was wrong for airing this? Do you think Bravo was wrong for airing this? And 3, do you think Monique should come back? She should be granted another season. Because, hell, ain't nobody gonna film with her but the so-called grand dame. Ain't nobody gonna want to film with her. Because they gonna be too nervous and scared, wondering, okay, what receipts is she collecting? Seal her fate. Until Sunday, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.